Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm co-host along with Bay Watch the Kid, Swagger Mafia. I have your host tonight, C-Mac Production. We're coming to you with today's topic on the difference of opinion, niggerism. I hope you're ready.
Welcome to the podcast. A lot of y'all might not know this side of me, but we about to be talking about niggerism today on the podcast called A Difference of Opinion. It don't matter. You got an opinion, everybody got one. They like asshole. You see, Mac? We about to get into it. Okay, we're gonna start it off with the question, like what is it? We're gonna give you the definition of niggerism. We're gonna put this in the Urban Dictionary. This is gonna be in Webster Racist Ass Dictionary. That's just my opinion. He was slave master. We're gonna get into that though, but niggerism, because you know nigga, then ism, the ism syndrome of having something, you know, they put a label on a lot of different shit to be able to, in my opinion, get a check off of some shit. You put an ism on it and you can get a check off of it. So I believe it's more of a state of your mindset, like the way that you perceive yourself against another type of person or whatever. So niggerism would be the syndrome that's putting us in this mental state of not even wanting to learn about yourself, just accepting what you was taught, and that Willie Lynch, what a lot of people say is a myth, I don't know, but we be Willie Lynched on the point of crabbed in the barrel shit. W.E.D. Du Bois talked about that. And a lot of different people might feel that it's a race thing, but it's more, I believe it's not about what color you are, it's about how you feel. Because you know, you got white boys that act like they more black than, you know, the so-called black person. And to me, that's ignorant. Where you just want to fucking be gangster and shit. We didn't understand what the fuck we was getting ourselves into until motherfuckers started dying and shit like that. And then we realized we was fucked up. That shit wasn't normal.
Now, there's going to be a lot of questions with it. I do understand that. A lot of you going to want to know, well, what is niggaism? But first, I need you to understand not to get it confused with niggerism, right? Now, niggaism, Niggaism, is a mental disorder. It affects the mind, body, and soul. Nigga is not a noun. Nigga is an adjective. It describes the act or actions of a being. Hell, some of you would even want to classify it with your animals because you use the word towards your animals. So, let's get into it. Let's have this discussion. As always, differences of opinion. You're more than welcome to have it. Now, nigga has always been derived towards the African community. So I want to tackle the issue whether it's a race thing or a mind thing. Once again, because nigger is not a noun, it cannot be a race. It just can't be a group of people. It is a mind thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all color, walks, and ages. It is a mind thing. If you take the most common white person, quote unquote, and ask them to describe a nigger, yes, they're going to use the description of a black male. Yes, they're going to give you descriptions of the hood, descriptions of the trap, the ghetto, which you and I know in the English words would be still considered an adjective. It is describing something. So to a white person, literally they're saying a nigga lives in the hood, a nigger is poor, a nigger is black, and you're giving them the power to turn that word into a noun. Think for a minute now. You're giving them the power to turn a adjective into a noun. It's unheard of. Never in the history of the dictionary have you ever had one word that contradicts itself outside of nigga, not nigger, nigga. Love and hate. It's impossible.
All right, now we're gonna get into why I think this way about that, and the niggerism in general. I would say it's because when I was young, I didn't understand the difference between being black and being a nigger, and the actual the commonality that they got with it, and how it's only that we embraced it that we are what the label is, like black or a nigga. So when I was young, I thought it was me opposed to being a Uncle Tom, or me opposed to being a by the book ass motherfucker. I couldn't act white. I couldn't act soft. I had to be gangster. I had, you know what I'm saying? That mentality is where I feel is like, that's why I think this way. Because now that I know that it's a mindset, I know that the color of your skin is not even who you really are. So if they say you white, if they say you black, that's just a legal status. So that's how I'm shaping my mindset on this thing. I not to separate black and nigger, because when they call you black, they calling you a nigger. If they call you a nigger, they calling you black. So it's the mind state is what I'm trying to tell you is like I got friends, I be like, yeah, that's my nigga, that's my white nigga, that's my Mexican nigga, that's my, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about the mind state. And then when you realize like there's no rights in being a nigga. It's your legal status. That is it. They just wanted to take those rights from you so you didn't understand what was going on. And we're gonna get into that too.
Let me tell you why I think like this, ladies and gentlemen. When I started studying the powers of words, hear me good, the power of words, which means you have to travel deep into the definition, you have to travel deep into the subtext of these words, so you can then understand and get a grasp of what you're saying. My understanding, my belief, and it's just my belief, ladies and gentlemen, nigga is a spell. It is a word that is used to conjure up negative energy. It is a word that's used to conjure up negative thoughts, negative vibes. You think like nigga, you be like nigga. You be like nigga, you think like nigga. You cannot advance yourself mentally if you're in a low state or a low frequency. Because you have to understand the power and the power that the words bring, the vibrations that come off the words when you use them. So when you use nigga in a heated moment, you feel that vibration come off of it. Now you're gonna have those who say, hey, when you use nigga in a term of endearment, you feel the vibration coming off of that. I'll kneel to that. I'll give you that. I'll succeed to that. But still my point remains. You cannot be an adjective. You can be a man, B, a king, C, a human being, but not a nigga. that you can't be. Difference of opinion, you can have yours.